As you settle into your cozy space, let the soothing sounds of the night and the gentle rustle of leaves guide you to a place of relaxation and peace. Close your eyes and imagine the vibrant festivities of a grand celebration, where Prince Adrian, the beloved heir to the throne, is about to embark on a magical adventure. In this enchanting tale, you will join Prince Adrian as he discovers an extraordinary gift, a shimmering cape that grants him the power of flight. Feel the cool night breeze and the exhilaration of soaring above the kingdom, as the stars twinkle like scattered jewels in the sky. Take a deep breath and let the day's worries fade away. Allow the calming cadence of the story to lull you into a state of tranquility. As the moon casts its silvery light over the land, let your imagination soar alongside Prince Adrian, exploring hidden realms and uncovering ancient secrets. Now drift gently into sleep, knowing that you are embarking on an extraordinary adventure, where every moment is filled with wonder and peace. Chapter 1. The Discovery. In the heart of the serene and prosperous kingdom of Aurelia, a grand celebration was underway. The palace was adorned with glittering banners and fragrant blooms, while the air resonated with the cheerful melodies of musicians. It was a special day, for Prince Adrian, the beloved heir to the throne, was celebrating his 18th birthday. The festivities were grand, with nobles and commoners alike joining in the jubilant occasion. As the day wore on, gifts of all kinds were presented to the young prince. There were finely crafted weapons, intricate artworks, and exotic pets, each more splendid than the last. Yet, among these opulent offerings, one gift stood out: a simple, unadorned wooden box, left anonymously at the edge of the gift table. Intrigued by its plain appearance, Adrian picked up the box. It felt surprisingly light in his hands. As he opened the lid, his eyes widened in astonishment. Inside lay a cape, but not just any cape. This one shimmered with an otherworldly light, its fabric soft as silk and adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and dance as the light touched them. Curiosity piqued. Adrian draped the cape around his shoulders. It fit perfectly, as if it had been made just for him. He felt an inexplicable pull, a gentle urging to step outside. With his heart pounding in excitement, he made his way to the balcony that overlooked the sprawling palace gardens. A cool breeze rustled the leaves, and as Adrian stepped onto the balcony, something extraordinary happened. The cape seemed to come alive, lifting him off his feet. He gasped in surprise, but the initial shock quickly gave way to exhilaration. He was flying, soaring above the palace, higher and higher into the night sky. The world below shrank as Adrian ascended, the twinkling lights of the kingdom blending with the stars above. He laughed in delight, the sound echoing through the night. The sensation of flight was unlike anything he had ever experienced. liberating and wondrous, a dream come true. As he glided effortlessly through the air, Adrian marveled at the beauty of his kingdom from this new perspective. The rivers glistened like silver ribbons, the forests were dark and mysterious, and the villages twinkled like scattered jewels. The moon cast a gentle glow, illuminating his path as he soared above the clouds. Eventually, Adrian descended, his heart still racing from the thrill of his first flight. He landed softly back on the balcony, his mind abuzz with questions. Who had given him this magical cape? What secrets did it hold? He knew he had to find out more, but for now he was content to bask in the afterglow of his extraordinary birthday gift. As he carefully folded the cape and placed it back in the wooden box, Adrian couldn't help but smile. This was just the beginning of his adventures, and he eagerly anticipated the mysteries and wonders that awaited him in the skies above. That night, as the palace fell into a peaceful slumber, Prince Adrian lay wide awake in his bed, thoughts racing. The mysterious cape, now resting in its box on his bedside table, beckoned to him. He couldn't resist its silent call. Slipping out of bed, he carefully draped the shimmering garment over his shoulders once more. With a mixture of excitement and apprehension, he tiptoed out to his balcony. The night air was cool and refreshing, carrying with it the scent of blooming jasmine. The sky was a deep indigo, studded with countless stars that seemed to twinkle in anticipation of the adventure about to unfold. As Adrian stepped onto the balcony, the cape responded instantly, lifting him gently off his feet. This time, he was ready. He rose higher and higher, the palace grounds receding below him. The initial rush of exhilaration surged through his veins as he soared into the night sky. The sensation was beyond anything he had ever imagined, utterly liberating, like a bird freed from its case. He laughed aloud, the sound carrying into the quiet night. As he became more confident, Adrian experimented with his newfound ability. He tilted his body to the right, and the cape obediently veered in that direction. A tilt to the left sent him swooping gracefully the other way. He performed loops and dives, reveling in the sheer joy of flight. The stars seemed closer, almost within his grasp, and the moonlight bathed him in a silvery glow. The kingdom of Aurelia spread out beneath him like a beautifully painted map. The rivers sparkled like molten silver, winding their way through dark forests and verdant fields. The villages below were quiet, their inhabitants unaware of the young prince soaring above their rooftops. Adrian felt a profound connection to his homeland, seeing it from this unique vantage point. He flew over the great forest, where the trees whispered ancient secrets and the shadows danced in the moonlight. The forest had always seemed mysterious and somewhat foreboding from the ground, but from above it was a sea of tranquility. Adrian marveled at the way the moonlight filtered through the leaves, casting an ethereal glow over the landscape. As he ventured further, he encountered floating islands suspended in the sky, their surfaces covered in lush greenery and vibrant flowers. He landed on one of these islands, the cape gently setting him down on the soft grass. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of blooming flowers, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. It was a place of serene beauty, untouched by the worries of the world below. Adrian wandered through this airborne paradise, discovering hidden groves and sparkling streams. He felt a deep sense of peace and wonder, as if he had stepped into a realm of dreams. He picked a delicate star-shaped flower and tucked it into his tunic as a keepsake of this magical place. After some time, Adrian felt a tug at his heart, urging him to return home. He took to the skies once more, leaving the floating island behind. The journey back was swift, the cape carrying him effortlessly through the night. As he descended toward the palace, he saw the first hints of dawn on the horizon, the sky tinged with shades of pink and gold. He landed softly on his balcony, the cape settling around him like a protective embrace. With a sigh of contentment, Adrian carefully folded the magical garment and placed it back in its box. His mind buzzed with excitement and curiosity about the origins and powers of the cape. Slipping back into bed, he closed his eyes, the memory of his flight still vivid in his mind. He drifted off to sleep with a smile on his lips, dreaming of the endless adventures that awaited him in the skies above. Each night after that first exhilarating flight, Prince Adrian found himself eagerly anticipating the moment when he could don the enchanted cape and take to the skies. The days were filled with his royal duties, meetings, and lessons. But as dusk fell and the palace quieted, his thoughts turned to the adventures that awaited him under the starry canopy. The cape had become his confidant, a silent companion in his nightly escapades. With each flight, Adrian's confidence grew, and he ventured farther from the palace, exploring the vast expanse of his kingdom from above. The sensation of soaring through the night air, the wind rushing past his face, was a feeling he could never tire of. On one particularly clear night, Adrian decided to fly over the Crystal Lake, a shimmering body of water nestled between rolling hills. The lake was known for its pristine beauty, and from the sky, it looked like a vast, gleaming mirror reflecting the heavens above. As he hovered over the water, he saw his own reflection mingled with that of the moon and stars, creating an enchanting tableau. The cape allowed him to glide silently over the treetops and dip low over the lake's surface, skimming the water with his fingertips. The cool, refreshing sensation sent shivers of delight through him. He flew in wide, lazy circles, savoring the tranquility of the scene, feeling a profound connection to the natural world. Another night, Adrian decided to explore the mountain ranges that bordered his kingdom. These mountains were rugged and majestic, their peaks often shrouded in mist. As he ascended, the air grew colder and crisper, the stars appearing even brighter against the dark sky. He navigated through narrow valleys and over towering cliffs, marveling at the beauty of the rugged terrain. He discovered hidden waterfalls cascading down the mountainsides, their waters glistening in the moonlight like streams of liquid silver. In one secluded valley, he found a grove of ancient, gnarled trees that seemed to whisper secrets from a time long past. Adrian landed there, sitting under the trees and listening to the soothing sounds of the forest night. These nightly flights became a source of solace and joy for Adrian. They offered a respite from the pressures and expectations of his royal life, a chance to be free and untethered. He cherished the solitude and the opportunity to reflect, his mind drifting with the winds. Adrian's explorations also brought him closer to the people of his kingdom. From the sky, he saw their lives unfolding beneath him. The farmers tending their fields, the merchants plying their trade, and the children playing in the village squares. He felt a deep sense of responsibility and love for his subjects, seeing them from this unique perspective. As he grew more adept at navigating the air, he began to experiment with different flight patterns and speeds. He learned to ride the currents, allowing the winds to carry him effortlessly. He discovered the joy of diving steeply toward the ground, only to pull up at the last moment, his heart pounding with exhilaration. One night, as he flew over the great river, a thought struck him. The Cape had given him a new way to experience his kingdom. But what other secrets did it hold? What other powers lay dormant, waiting to be discovered? The curiosity that had led him to the library in search of the Cape's origins now burned even brighter. With a newfound determination, Adrian decided that his next task would be to uncover the secrets of the Cape. He would delve into the ancient tomes and scrolls, seeking any clues about its history and its maker. He hoped to understand the true extent of its powers and the purpose it had been given to him. As he flew back to the palace, the first light of dawn painting the horizon with hues of pink and gold, Adrian's mind was filled with questions and possibilities. He landed softly on his balcony, carefully folding the cape and placing it back in its box. His heart was light, his spirit invigorated by the night's adventures. Tomorrow would bring new challenges and discoveries. But for now, he slipped into bed with a contented sigh, dreaming of the endless skies and the mysteries that awaited him. The following morning, as the sun cast its golden rays over the kingdom of Aurelia, Prince Adrian's mind was already abuzz with plans. He could hardly contain his excitement as he made his way to the royal library, a vast repository of knowledge that spanned generations. The library with its towering shelves and endless rows of ancient tomes, had always been a place of wonder for him. But today, it held the promise of unlocking the mysteries of the Enchanted Cape. Adrian spent hours poring over dusty manuscripts and fragile scrolls, searching for any reference to the magical garment. The library was filled with the scent of aged parchment and ink, and the only sounds were the soft rustle of pages and the occasional creak of the wooden floorboards. The librarian, an elderly man with a long white beard named Elias, noticed the prince's intense focus and approached with a gentle smile. "May I assist you in your search, Your Highness?" Elias asked, his voice a soothing murmur. Adrian looked up, grateful for the offer. "I'm looking for information about a magical cape. It was a birthday gift, and it has the power of flight. I want to know more about its origins and its maker." Elias's eyes twinkled with curiosity. "Ah, a fascinating quest indeed. There are many ancient texts that speak of enchanted objects. Let me show you a section that might be of interest." The librarian led Adrian to a secluded corner of the library, where the oldest and most valuable manuscripts were kept. Elias carefully selected a few volumes and laid them out on a large oak table. These texts recount the legends of great sorcerers and their creations. Perhaps they will shed light on your cape. Adrian began his research with renewed vigor, immersing himself in the tales of old. Hours turned into days as he delved deeper into the library's archives. He read about legendary artifacts, each with unique powers, crafted by the hands of gifted enchanters. One name kept recurring in the texts: Arion the Wise, a sorcerer known for his mastery over the elements and his ability to infuse objects with magic. In a particularly ancient tome, Adrian found a detailed account of Arion's life and works. The text described how Arion had created several powerful artifacts, each imbued with a fragment of his own essence. Among these was a cape, woven from the finest silken threads and enchanted to grant its wearer the ability to soar through the skies. Adrian's heart raced as he read the description. It matched his cape perfectly. The text continued, revealing that Arion had crafted the cape not only to bestow flight, but also to aid in the exploration of distant realms and to protect its wearer from harm. The cape was said to respond to the heart and spirit of its bearer, growing more powerful as their bond deepened. Fascinated, Adrian delved further into the tome. He learned that the cape had been lost for centuries, its whereabouts unknown until now. The text hinted at other hidden abilities that could only be unlocked through great courage and pure intentions. Adrian felt a profound connection to the cape, understanding that it was more than just a tool for flight. It was a legacy, a gift of immense power and responsibility. As the days turned into weeks, Adrian continued to study, piecing together the history of Arion and the Enchanted Cape. he practiced using the cape's powers, discovering that he could not only fly, but also summon gentle breezes and manipulate the air around him. The bond between him and the cape grew stronger, and he felt a sense of purpose and destiny. One evening, as Adrian was engrossed in his studies, Elias approached him with a thoughtful expression. "Your Highness, there is one more text you should see. It is said to contain Arian's final words and his hopes for those who would inherit his creations." Elias handed Adrian a small, weathered book bound in dark leather. With reverence, Adrian opened it and began to read. The text spoke of Arian's vision, a world where magic and wisdom would guide the hearts of rulers, where enchanted objects would be used to protect and inspire. Arian had left his creations scattered across the realms, waiting for those worthy to find and wield them. Adrian felt a surge of determination. He knew now that the cape was not just a gift, but a call to adventure, a challenge to explore, protect, and grow. With a heart full of resolve, he thanked Elias for his guidance and made his way back to his chambers. The night sky beckoned, and he felt ready to embrace the mysteries and wonders that awaited him. The nights grew more enchanting for Prince Adrian as his explorations of the skies revealed an array of breathtaking wonders. Each flight brought with it new discoveries that seemed to outshine the last. The enchanted cape, responding to his growing confidence and curiosity, guided him to places he had never imagined. One particularly luminous night, Adrian found himself drawn towards the horizon, where the stars seemed to shimmer with an unusual intensity. As he flew closer, he encountered a field of floating, iridescent flowers, their petals glowing with a soft, ethereal light. The flowers drifted lazily on the breeze, creating a dreamlike landscape of color and light. He reached out, gently plucking one of the blossoms from the air. It was warm to the touch, its glow pulsing in rhythm with his heartbeat. Adrian tucked the flower into his tunic, a keepsake of this otherworldly garden. As he flew on, he noticed that the flowers emitted a faint, melodious hum, a symphony of the stars that filled the air with tranquility. Adrian's journey took him further, to a place where the clouds formed magnificent castles in the sky. These cloud castles were vast and majestic, their towers and spires glistening like polished marble in the moonlight. He landed on the soft, billowing surface of one of these castles, the cape settling around him like a protective cloak. Exploring the cloud castle, Adrian marveled at its beauty. The walls were adorned with delicate patterns, and the halls were filled with the echoes of distant melodic chimes. He discovered hidden chambers filled with treasures made of pure light and windows that offered panoramic views of the world below. As he wandered through the castle, Adrian encountered a group of sky dancers, graceful winged beings who moved with unparalleled elegance. They welcomed him warmly. Their leader, a tall figure with shimmering wings named Zephyr, explaining that the cloud castles were their homes. Zephyr shared stories of their ancient lineage and their duty to protect the skies from any who would seek to harm its delicate balance. The sky dancers taught Adrian how to harness the winds more effectively, showing him how to glide effortlessly and perform intricate aerial maneuvers. They demonstrated dances that wove the air into patterns of beauty and strength, each movement a testament to their deep connection with the sky. With their guidance, Adrian's skills grew, and he felt a deep bond forming with these ethereal beings. They gifted him a small silver charm shaped like a feather, a symbol of their friendship and a token to summon their aid if ever he needed it. Adrian thanked them, his heart full of gratitude and wonder. On another adventure, Adrian followed a brilliant rainbow that arched across the sky, its colors vibrant and unending. As he reached the end of the rainbow, he discovered a hidden realm where time seemed to stand still. This place, known as the Vale of Eternal Rainbows, was a land of perpetual twilight, where the sky was painted in hues of gold and rose. In this magical vale, the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers, and the ground sparkled with dew that shimmered like diamonds. Adrian walked through fields of flowers that whispered ancient secrets and strolled along streams that sang softly. It was a place of pure enchantment, where worries and fears melted away, replaced by a sense of peace and joy. Each of these wondrous experiences deepened Adrian's appreciation for the world above. He realized that the skies were not just a realm of flight, but a place of magic and mystery, filled with beings and phenomena that defied earthly understanding. The Cape had opened a door to this new world, and Adrian embraced it wholeheartedly, eager to explore every corner and uncover every secret. As dawn approached, Adrian reluctantly made his way back to the palace. The memories of the night's adventures filled his heart with warmth and wonder. Landing softly on his balcony, he carefully folded the cape and placed it back in its box. The silver feather charm glinting in the early morning light. He slipped into bed, his mind awash with dreams of cloud castles and eternal rainbows. As sleep claimed him, Adrian felt a deep sense of gratitude for the cape and the boundless wonders it had revealed to him. The world above was vast and full of magic, and he was ready to discover it all. As the days grew longer and the nights warmer, Prince Adrian's explorations of the skies became even more adventurous. He marveled at the beauty and mystery of the world above. But little did he know that his most enchanting encounter was yet to come. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the first stars began to twinkle, Adrian donned the enchanted cape and took to the skies. The air was warm and inviting, carrying the scent of blooming flowers and fresh grass. He soared high above the kingdom, his heart light with the joy of flight. As he glided through the air, Adrian noticed a soft, shimmering light in the distance, different from any he had seen before. Curious, he followed the glow, which seemed to dance and flicker like a living thing. The closer he got, the more mesmerized he became by its ethereal beauty. Suddenly, the light resolved into a delicate figure with gossamer wings that sparkled like dewdrops in the moonlight. Adrian's breath caught in his throat as he realized he was looking at a fairy, a creature of legend and myth. She hovered gracefully, her wings beating in a gentle rhythm that kept her aloft. "Hello," Adrian called out softly, not wanting to startle her. The fairy turned to face him, her eyes twinkling with curiosity and kindness. She was small and slender, with hair the color of sunlight and a dress that seemed woven from petals and starlight. She smiled, a warm and inviting expression that put Adrian at ease. "Hello," she replied in a voice as soft and melodious as a summer breeze. "I am Leora. Who might you be, soaring so boldly through the night?" "I am Prince Adrian of Aurelia," he said, inclining his head in a respectful greeting. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Leora." "The pleasure is mine, Prince Adrian," Leora said with a playful twinkle in her eye. "I have seen you flying above my realms these past nights. Your courage and curiosity are commendable." Adrian felt a flush of pride at her words. "Thank you, Leora. This cape has given me the gift of flight, and with it, I've discovered so many wonders in the skies. But I've never met a fairy before." Leora laughed, a sound like the tinkling of tiny bells. "We are a secretive folk, often hidden from the eyes of mortals. But you, Adrian, have a heart open to magic and mystery. That is why you found me." They began to talk as they flew together, sharing stories of their worlds. Leora spoke of the fairy realm, a place of eternal twilight where flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, and streams of liquid silver flowed through enchanted forests. She told him of the festivals and dances held under the light of the full moon, where fairies sang songs that could heal the heart and soothe the soul. Adrian, in turn, told Leora about his kingdom, his family, and the responsibilities that came with being a prince. He shared his dreams of adventure and his desire to protect and nurture his people. Leora listened intently, her eyes reflecting the light of the stars. As the night wore on, they grew closer, their bond deepening with each shared tale and laugh. Leora showed Adrian hidden pathways in the sky, where the winds were gentle and the stars seemed close enough to touch. She taught him how to listen to the whispers of the breeze, which carried secrets from far-off lands. Under Leora's guidance, Adrian discovered new realms and magical beings he had never imagined. They encountered flocks of silver-winged birds that sang harmonies so beautiful they brought tears to his eyes. They watched as playful sprites danced on moonbeams, their laughter echoing through the night. One night, as they rested on a cloud, Leora turned to Adrian with a serious expression. There is something you must know, Adrian. The magic of the cape is ancient and powerful, but it also carries a responsibility. It chose you for a reason. Adrian nodded, feeling the weight of her words. I understand. I will honor its gift and use it wisely. Leora smiled, her eyes glowing with approval. I believe you will, my friend. As dawn approached, Adrian knew it was time to return to the palace. He bid Leora farewell, promising to meet her again soon. With a heart full of gratitude and excitement, he descended back to his balcony, the first light of day casting long shadows over the palace grounds. Carefully folding the cape, Adrian placed it back in its box and slipped into bed, his mind filled with dreams of fairies and enchanted realms. He knew that his adventures were only just beginning, and that with Leora by his side, the skies held endless possibilities. Chapter 2: The Journey. As the weeks passed, Adrian's friendship with Leora deepened. Each night they explored new wonders of the sky, their bond growing stronger with every shared adventure. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle above, Leora approached Adrian with an air of excitement and mystery. Adrian, she said, her wings shimmering in the moonlight, I have something extraordinary to show you. It's a place very few mortals have ever seen, a hidden kingdom in the clouds. Adrian's eyes widened with curiosity. A hidden kingdom? In the clouds? Leora nodded, a smile playing on her lips. Yes, it's a realm of unparalleled beauty and magic, accessible only to those who can fly. Will you join me on this journey? Without hesitation, Adrian agreed. They took to the skies, flying higher and farther than they ever had before. The night air was crisp and cool, the stars guiding their way as they soared above the kingdom of Aurelia. Leora led the way, her wings leaving a trail of shimmering light in her wake. After a time, the clouds began to thicken, forming a dense, swirling mist. Adrian followed Leora closely, trusting her to guide them through this enchanted veil. As they emerged on the other side, Adrian gasped in awe. Before them lay a magnificent kingdom suspended in the clouds. Grand palaces and intricate towers made of gleaming white marble rose from the mist, their surfaces adorned with delicate carvings and sparkling gemstones. Waterfalls of liquid light cascaded from the highest towers, forming radiant pools that reflected the starry sky. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the soft hum of magical energy resonated all around them. Everywhere Adrian looked, there were floating gardens filled with vibrant, exotic plants and flowers that glowed with an inner light. Ethereal beings, similar to Leora, but each unique in their own way, flitted about, their laughter echoing like music. Welcome to the hidden kingdom, Leora said, her voice filled with pride and affection. This is my home. Adrian was speechless, overwhelmed by the beauty and magic of the place. He landed on a cloud bridge, the soft, fluffy surface springing gently under his feet. Leora guided him through the kingdom, introducing him to her friends and family. They were greeted warmly by all. The inhabitants of the hidden kingdom delighted to meet a mortal who shared their love of the skies. They made their way to the heart of the kingdom, where a grand palace stood, its towers reaching toward the heavens. Inside, the halls were filled with light and music, the air shimmering with magic. At the center of the palace, in a grand chamber adorned with sparkling crystals, sat Queen Celeste, the benevolent ruler of the hidden kingdom. Queen Celeste was a vision of grace and power, her presence commanding and serene. She rose to greet them, her eyes twinkling with warmth. "Welcome, Prince Adrian," she said, her voice like a soothing melody. "We have heard much about your adventures and your noble heart." Adrian bowed deeply, feeling both honored and humbled. "Thank you, Your Majesty. It is an honor to be here." Queen Celeste smiled, her gaze kind and wise. "The cape you wear is a rare and powerful artifact, and it has chosen you for a reason. Our realms are connected in ways you may not yet understand. We're glad to have you here, and we hope you will consider this kingdom a second home." Adrian's heart swelled with gratitude. "I am deeply grateful for your kindness, Your Majesty. This place is beyond anything I could have imagined." Queen Celeste inclined her head. "You are welcome to explore and learn as much as you wish. There are many secrets here, and much that can aid you in your journey. Leora will be your guide." With a nod from the Queen, Adrian and Leora continued their exploration of the hidden kingdom. They wandered through enchanted forests, where the trees whispered ancient wisdom, and visited crystalline lakes that shimmered with magical energies. Everywhere they went, Adrian felt a sense of wonder and belonging. As the night deepened, Adrian realized that this kingdom, with its boundless beauty and magic, was not just a place of dreams, but a realm where he could grow and learn. It was a new chapter in his journey, one filled with endless possibilities. With Leora by his side, Adrian knew that the adventures awaiting him would be even more extraordinary than those he had already experienced. Together, they would uncover the secrets of the hidden kingdom and forge a path that would unite their worlds in harmony and wonder. The hidden kingdom, with its ethereal beauty and boundless magic, was a place that seemed to exist outside of time. Each day, Adrian discovered new marvels and forged deeper bonds with its inhabitants. One morning, Leora took Adrian to the Grand Palace once more, for Queen Celeste wished to share the history of her realm with him. As they entered the palace's grand chamber, Adrian was struck anew by its splendor. The walls were adorned with shimmering tapestries that depicted scenes of great beauty and valor. The light streaming through the crystal windows created a kaleidoscope of colors that danced across the marble floors. Queen Celeste awaited them in the throne room, seated on a throne carved from a single immense crystal. She rose gracefully as they approached, her presence both regal and warm. "Welcome, Adrian," she said, her voice like a melody. "I hope you are finding our kingdom to your liking." Adrian bowed deeply. "Your Majesty, it is more than I ever imagined. I am honored to be here." Queen Celeste smiled. "You have a kind heart and a courageous spirit, Adrian. There is much I wish to share with you about our realm and its history." She gestured for him to sit, and as he did, she began to weave a tale that seemed to transcend the boundaries of time and space. "Long ago, our world and yours were not so different," Queen Celeste began. "The skies were once a place of wonder and magic, where beings from both realms could travel freely. The Hidden Kingdom was founded by those who wished to protect this sacred space and maintain the balance between our worlds." She spoke of the ancient alliances between the fairies and the mortals, how they had worked together to harness the magic of the skies and ensure its harmony. Over time, however, the connections between their worlds had weakened, and the Hidden Kingdom had become a place of legend and myth. "But the magic of the skies still calls to those with the heart to hear it," Queen Celeste continued. "The cape you wear is one such link to our past, crafted by Arian the Wise, who foresaw the need for a guardian of the skies. It has chosen you, Adrian, because you possess the qualities needed to protect and restore the balance." Adrian listened intently, absorbing every word. He felt a deep sense of purpose and responsibility growing within him. "What must I do, Your Majesty? How can I help restore the connection between our worlds?" Queen Celeste's eyes twinkled with approval. "There is a quest, Adrian, that only you can undertake. A lost treasure, hidden in a distant realm, holds the key to reuniting our worlds. This treasure is guarded by ancient forces and can only be retrieved by one with a pure heart and noble intentions." Adrian's heart swelled with determination. "I will find this treasure, Your Majesty. I will do whatever it takes to restore the bond between our realms." Queen Celeste nodded, her expression serene. "You will not be alone on this journey. Leora and the Sky Dancers will aid you, and you will face many trials that will test your courage and wisdom. But I believe in you, Adrian. You are the one we have been waiting for." With a newfound sense of purpose, Adrian rose, ready to embark on the quest that lay before him. He felt a deep connection to Queen Celeste and the Hidden Kingdom, and he was determined to honor their trust and fulfill his destiny. As they left the palace, Leora turned to Adrian with a smile. "This is only the beginning, Adrian. Together, we will face whatever challenges come our way and uncover the secrets of the skies." Adrian nodded, his spirit buoyed by her words. "Thank you, Leora. I couldn't ask for a better friend and guide." They took to the skies once more, the sun casting long shadows over the Hidden Kingdom as they began their journey. Adrian's heart was filled with hope and determination, ready to face the trials ahead and unlock the magic that would unite their worlds. The next morning, as the first light of dawn painted the sky in hues of pink and gold. Adrian and Leora prepared for their journey. The palace courtyard buzzed with activity as sky dancers and other inhabitants of the hidden kingdom gathered to see them off. Queen Celeste stood at the forefront, her presence commanding yet kind. "Remember, Adrian," Queen Celeste said as she handed him a small, intricately carved amulet. "This will guide you to the treasure. It is attuned to the magic of the hidden kingdom and will glow brighter as you draw near. Trust in it and in your own heart." Adrian took the amulet, feeling its warmth pulse against his palm. He nodded solemnly. "I will not fail." Leora, standing beside him with her wings shimmering in the morning light, smiled encouragingly. "We are ready, Adrian. Together, we will succeed." With that, they took to the skies, the crowd below cheering them on. The amulet glowed faintly, guiding their path through the cloud-strewn heavens. As they flew, the landscape below transformed from familiar forests and fields to unknown territories filled with mystery and magic. Their journey took them over vast, glittering oceans, where waves crashed against jagged cliffs and sea creatures of immense size swam beneath the surface. They passed over deserts with dunes like golden waves, shimmering under the scorching sun. Each new landscape presented its own challenges, but Adrian and Leora faced them with courage and determination. One evening, as they rested on a secluded island surrounded by crystal-clear waters, Leora shared more about the treasure they sought. It is said that the treasure was hidden by the first rulers of the Hidden Kingdom to protect it from those who would misuse its power. It holds the essence of our world's magic, a force that can unite realms, or, if wielded wrongly, bring chaos. Adrian listened intently, the weight of their mission sinking in. "We must find it and ensure it is used to restore the balance between our worlds." Their journey continued, the amulet's glow growing steadily brighter as they ventured deeper into uncharted skies. They faced numerous challenges, navigating through fierce storms, evading flocks of predatory birds, and solving ancient puzzles etched into the very fabric of the clouds. One night, while resting atop a floating island covered in bioluminescent flora, the amulet's glow became almost blinding. Leora looked at it with a mix of awe and excitement. "We are close, Adrian. The treasure is near." The next morning they followed the amulet's guidance to a hidden valley surrounded by towering peaks. At the center of the valley stood an ancient, weathered temple, its entrance guarded by statues of mythical creatures. The amulet pulsed with a rhythm that matched Adrian's heartbeat, urging them forward. As they approached the temple, the air around them seemed to hum with energy. Leora touched one of the statues, and it sprang to life, its stone wings unfurling as it stepped aside to allow them entry. Inside, the temple was a marvel of ancient craftsmanship. with walls adorned with intricate carvings depicting the history of the hidden kingdom. At the heart of the temple, in a chamber bathed in a soft, otherworldly light, lay the treasure. It was a crystal orb, pulsating with vibrant energy, resting on a pedestal of carved stone. Adrian approached it reverently, feeling its power resonate with his own. "This is it," Leora whispered, her voice filled with awe. "The essence of our world's magic." Adrian reached out and carefully lifted the orb. As he did, a surge of energy flowed through him, filling him with a sense of unity and purpose. The orb glowed brightly, casting radiant light throughout the chamber. "We must return this to Queen Celeste," Adrian said, his voice firm with determination. "It is the key to restoring the balance between our worlds." With the treasure safely in hand, they began their journey back to the hidden kingdom. The skies seemed to welcome them, the path clear and the winds gentle. As they flew, Adrian felt a profound connection to the world around him, a bond strengthened by the magic they carried. When they finally arrived at the palace, Queen Celeste and the inhabitants of the hidden kingdom greeted them with joyous celebration. Adrian presented the orb to the queen, who received it with gratitude and reverence. "Thank you, Adrian," Queen Celeste said, her eyes shining with emotion. "You have done more than you know. This treasure will restore the magic of our realm and strengthen the ties between our worlds." Adrian felt a sense of fulfillment and peace. The journey had been challenging, but the reward was far greater than he had ever imagined. With the treasure restored, a new era of unity and harmony was about to begin. The path back to the hidden kingdom was not without its challenges. As Adrian and Leora carried the precious treasure, they soon found themselves facing the trials of the air. Tests designed to protect the treasure from falling into the wrong hands. These trials, ancient and formidable, would push them to their limits. Their first challenge came in the form of a ferocious storm. Dark clouds gathered ominously on the horizon, lightning crackling through the sky. The wind howled like a wild beast, making it difficult to maintain their course. Adrian held the orb close, its warm glow a comforting beacon amid the chaos. "Leora, how do we navigate through this?" Adrian shouted over the roaring wind. Leora's wings struggled against the gale, but she remained calm. "We must find the eye of the storm. It's the calmest part, and it will guide us through safely." They flew lower, battling against the relentless wind and rain. Adrian's cape whipped around him, its magic shielding him from the worst of the storm. Leora led the way, her instincts guiding them toward the heart of the tempest. With every ounce of strength, they pushed through, the amulet glowing brightly as they approached the eye of the storm. Suddenly, they burst into a serene, calm center. The storm raged around them, but here in the eye, the air was still. Adrian and Leora took a moment to catch their breath. the peacefulness a stark contrast to the fury outside. "We made it," Adrian said, relief flooding his voice. "But the trials are not over yet," Leora replied, her eyes scanning the horizon. As they exited the storm, they encountered the next trial. A labyrinth of floating islands, each moving independently in a complex, ever-changing pattern. The islands were covered in lush vegetation, but the gaps between them were wide and treacherous. "We must find the path through," Leora said, her brow furrowed in concentration. "The islands shift with the winds, timing and precision are key." Adrian nodded, determination setting in. They began to navigate the maze, timing their movements with the shifting islands. It required perfect coordination and trust. Adrian used the cape's magic to make precise, agile movements, while Leora's wings carried her gracefully from one island to the next. As they reached the heart of the labyrinth, they faced their next challenge. A guardian in the form of a colossal, ancient griffin. Its eyes, sharp and intelligent, watched their every move. The griffin was a formidable protector, tasked with ensuring only the worthy could pass. "State your purpose," the griffin demanded, its voice a deep, resonant growl. Adrian stepped forward, holding the orb. "We seek to restore balance and unity between our worlds. We carry the essence of magic, entrusted to us by Queen Celeste." The griffin's eyes narrowed, studying them intently. "Prove your worth. Only those with true courage and pure hearts may proceed." The griffin launched into the air, its massive wings creating gusts that threatened to knock them off the island. It swooped down with claws outstretched, testing their reflexes and resolve. Adrian and Leora worked together seamlessly, dodging and countering the griffin's attacks with skill and precision. Adrian felt the cape's magic surge within him, enhancing his movements and guiding his actions. Leora's agility and quick thinking complemented his strength, and together they moved as one. After a fierce but respectful battle, the griffin landed, folding its wings. "You have proven yourselves," it said, bowing its head. "You may pass." With the Guardian's blessing, they continued on their journey, the path now clear before them. As they flew towards the hidden kingdom, Adrian felt a deep sense of accomplishment. The trials had tested their courage, ingenuity, and teamwork, forging an unbreakable bond between them. As they approached the palace, the sun began to rise, casting a golden glow over the kingdom. The inhabitants of the hidden kingdom gathered to welcome them back, their faces filled with joy and relief. Queen Celeste awaited them at the entrance, her eyes shining with pride. "You have done well, Adrian and Leora," she said, her voice filled with warmth. "You have faced the trials with bravery and wisdom, and you have returned with the essence of our world's magic." Adrian and Leora bowed deeply, their hearts full of gratitude. The journey had been arduous, but they had emerged stronger and more united than ever. With the treasure restored, a new chapter of hope and harmony awaited their worlds. The journey to uncover the full power of the magical treasure was far from over. Adrian and Leora knew that they still needed to face the guardians of the sky, the ancient protectors who held the final secrets of the treasure. These majestic beings were known to be wise and powerful, and earning their trust would be no small feat. After resting and gathering their strength, Adrian and Leora set out once more, guided by the glowing amulet. They ascended higher than ever before, the air growing thin and cold as they approached the realm of the guardians. The sky around them shimmered with an ethereal light, as if charged with pure magic. They soon reached a vast expanse where the clouds formed colossal floating citadels. These cloud castles were the homes of the guardians, each structure grander and more awe-inspiring than the last. Adrian felt a mix of anticipation and reverence as they approached the largest of the castles, its towers piercing the heavens. At the entrance, they were met by the first of the guardians, a regal, golden-winged griffin with eyes that glowed like molten gold. Its presence was imposing yet serene, and it regarded them with a gaze that seemed to pierce their very souls. "State your purpose, travelers," the griffin commanded, its voice resonating like a distant thunderclap. Adrian stepped forward, holding the orb aloft. "We seek to restore the balance between our worlds. This treasure holds the key, and we need your guidance to unlock its full potential." The griffin studied them for a moment, then nodded. "You speak with sincerity and purpose, but words alone are not enough. You must prove your worth through deeds. Follow me." The griffin led them into the heart of the cloud citadel, where they were greeted by the other guardians. A majestic phoenix with flames that danced like living fire, an ancient dragon whose scales shimmered like polished silver, and a serene azure-plumed roc. Each guardian exuded an aura of immense power and wisdom. "We are the guardians of the sky," the phoenix said, its voice crackling with fiery intensity. "To earn our trust, you must demonstrate courage, wisdom, and heart. Are you prepared to face our challenges?" Adrian and Leora exchanged determined glances and nodded. "We are ready," Adrian declared. The first challenge was one of courage, set by the dragon. It led them to a chamber filled with swirling mists and illusions, where their deepest fears manifested before them. Adrian saw visions of his kingdom in peril, his loved ones in danger, and the weight of failure pressing down on him. Leora faced her own fears, seeing her world consumed by darkness. But together, they stood firm, supporting each other through the trials. Adrian drew strength from Leora's presence, and with each step, they confronted and overcame their fears. The illusions dissipated, and the dragon nodded in approval. "You have shown true courage," it rumbled. Next was the trial of wisdom, set by the roc. They were presented with a series of intricate puzzles and riddles, each one more challenging than the last. Adrian and Leora worked in harmony, combining their intellect and intuition to solve the enigmas. They unlocked ancient mechanisms and deciphered cryptic messages, their minds sharp and focused. Finally, the Phoenix presented the trial of heart. It required them to navigate a labyrinth of emotions, understanding and empathizing with the spirits of the past. Adrian and Leora listened to the stories of those who had come before them, feeling their joys, sorrows, hopes, and dreams. They offered compassion and kindness, bridging the gap between the past and the present. When they emerged from the labyrinth, the Phoenix's flames burned brighter. "You have shown great heart," it said warmly. "You are worthy." With the trials completed, the guardians gathered around Adrian and Leora, their eyes filled with respect and approval. "You have proven yourselves," the Gryphon declared. "The treasure's full power can now be unlocked." Adrian stepped forward, the orb glowing brightly in his hands. The guardians chanted ancient words, their voices harmonizing in a powerful melody. The orb responded, its light intensifying until it bathed the entire citadel in a radiant glow. The treasure's magic flowed through Adrian, filling him with a sense of unity and purpose. He understood now that the true power of the treasure was not just in its magic, but in the connections it fostered and the harmony it could restore. "Thank you," Adrian said, his voice filled with gratitude. "We will use this gift to bring our worlds together and protect the magic of the skies." The guardians bowed their heads, a gesture of deep respect. "Go forth with our blessing, and may the skies always guide you." With the treasure's full power awakened, Adrian and Leora returned to the hidden kingdom, their hearts light and their spirits high. They had faced the trials of the air and emerged stronger, ready to bring unity and balance to their worlds. With the treasure's full power awakened, and the blessings of the guardians bestowed upon them, Adrian and Leora returned to the hidden kingdom. The entire realm seemed to shimmer with anticipation as they landed gently on the palace grounds, the orb's radiant light casting a warm glow over everything. Queen Celeste awaited them, her eyes bright with hope and pride. "Welcome back, Adrian and Leora," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "You have succeeded beyond our greatest hopes. The power of the treasure will restore the balance between our worlds, but there is one final task." Adrian stepped forward, holding the glowing orb. "What must we do, Your Majesty?" Queen Celeste extended her hand toward the horizon, where the first light of dawn was breaking. "You must take the treasure to the convergence point, where the energies of our worlds meet. There, its magic will be released and will flow freely between our realms, ensuring harmony and protection for generations to come." Adrian and Leora nodded, determination shining in their eyes. "We will do it," Adrian vowed, "for the sake of both our worlds." The journey to the convergence point was a solemn and momentous one. They flew together, the orb's light guiding their way through the dawn skies. The path was filled with a serene beauty, as if the heavens themselves were blessing their mission. As they approached the convergence point, they could feel the air crackling with magical energy. The convergence point was a magnificent place, where the sky and earth seemed to merge in a dance of light and shadow. It was a nexus of power, a sacred site where the boundaries between realms were thin. As they landed, Adrian felt the weight of their task, but also the immense potential for good that lay within their grasp. Together, they approached the heart of the convergence point, where a crystalline altar stood. The altar was ancient and intricately carved, its surface glowing with a soft, inviting light. Adrian placed the orb on the altar, and immediately the air around them began to hum with energy. Leora took Adrian's hand, her touch grounding him in the moment. "We are ready," she said softly. "Together." Adrian nodded, feeling a deep sense of unity and purpose. As they stood before the altar, the orb began to pulse with increasing intensity. Beams of light shot forth, connecting with the energies of the convergence point. The light expanded, enveloping them in a cocoon of warmth and power. Adrian and Leora felt the magic flowing through them, a river of energy that bridged their worlds. They could see visions of both realms, intertwined and harmonious, each enriching the other. The boundaries that had once separated them dissolved, replaced by a seamless connection of mutual respect and understanding. The light from the orb reached a crescendo, then slowly began to subside, settling into a steady, radiant glow that suffused the entire area. The energy of the convergence point had been harnessed, its magic now flowing freely between the realms. As the light faded, Adrian and Leora looked at each other, their hearts filled with a profound sense of accomplishment. They had fulfilled their mission, ensuring that the magic of the skies would be protected and nurtured for generations to come. Queen Celeste and the inhabitants of the Hidden Kingdom joined them at the convergence point, their faces alight with joy and gratitude. "You have done it," Queen Celeste said, her voice filled with reverence. "The balance is restored, and our worlds are united once more." Adrian felt a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. "It was not just us, Your Majesty," he said, looking at Leora. "It was the magic of our friendship and the unity of our worlds that made this possible." Leora squeezed his hand, her eyes shining with emotion. "Our journey has only just begun, Adrian. There are still many adventures ahead, and many ways to strengthen the bonds between our realms." With the convergence point restored, Adrian and Leora returned to the Hidden Kingdom, where a grand celebration awaited them. The skies were filled with music and laughter, and the air buzzed with the energy of renewed magic. The realms were united in joy and hope, their future bright with promise. As the festivities continued late into the night, Adrian stood on a balcony overlooking the kingdom, his heart full. Leora joined him, and they watched as the stars twinkled above, a symbol of the endless possibilities that lay ahead. "Thank you, Leora," Adrian said, his voice soft with gratitude, "for everything." Leora smiled, her wings glistening in the starlight. "Thank you, Adrian, for believing in the magic of the skies and in the power of our friendship." Together, they looked out over the united realms, knowing that their bond, forged through trials and triumphs, would continue to guide them in all the adventures to come. The celebration in the hidden kingdom lasted through the night, with music, laughter, and joyous festivities filling the air. As dawn approached, Adrian knew it was time to return to Aurelia. Though his heart was heavy at the thought of parting, he was filled with a profound sense of accomplishment and hope for the future. On the morning of his departure, Adrian stood in the courtyard of the palace, his enchanted cape fluttering gently in the breeze. Queen Celeste and Leora stood beside him, their expressions a mixture of pride and sadness. "Thank you, Queen Celeste, for your kindness and wisdom," Adrian said, bowing deeply. "This journey has changed my life in ways I never imagined." Queen Celeste placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "And you have brought hope and unity to our realms, Adrian. The magic of the skies will always be with you, and the bond between our worlds will grow ever stronger. You will always have a home here in the hidden kingdom." Leora stepped forward, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "This is not goodbye, Adrian. Our adventures have only just begun. Promise me you'll return." Adrian took her hands in his, feeling the warmth and friendship that had grown between them. "I promise, Leora. I will visit often, and together we'll continue to explore the wonders of our worlds." With a final embrace, Adrian donned the enchanted cape and took to the skies. The hidden kingdom receded below him, its beauty and magic forever etched in his heart. He flew swiftly, the cape responding to his every thought, guiding him back to Aurelia. As he approached his homeland, the familiar landscape of forests, rivers, and villages came into view. The sun was rising, casting a golden glow over the kingdom. Adrian felt a surge of love for his people and his land, eager to share the tales of his journey and the wisdom he had gained. Landing softly on the balcony of the royal palace, Adrian was greeted by his family and advisors, their faces filled with relief and joy. King Alaric, his father, embraced him tightly. "Welcome home, my son. We have missed you dearly." "I have missed you all as well," Adrian replied, his heart full of warmth. "I have so much to tell you." In the days that followed, Adrian recounted his adventures in the hidden kingdom, the trials he faced, and the friendships he forged. He spoke of Queen Celeste and the Guardians, of the magical treasures and the unity between their worlds. His stories captivated the court and the people, inspiring hope and wonder. Adrian also shared the lessons he had learned, the importance of courage, wisdom, and compassion. He worked tirelessly to strengthen the bonds between Aurelia and the Hidden Kingdom, establishing new alliances and fostering mutual respect and understanding. The Enchanted Cape, now a symbol of his journey, was carefully preserved in a place of honor. It was a reminder of the magic that existed within and beyond their world, a testament to the power of unity and friendship. One evening, as the sun set over the kingdom, Adrian stood on the balcony, gazing at the stars. His thoughts drifted to Leora and the Hidden Kingdom, to the adventures they had shared and the many that awaited them. He knew that his journey was far from over and that the skies held endless possibilities. As he looked out over his kingdom, a sense of peace and fulfillment settled over him. He was not just a prince of Aurelia, but a guardian of the skies, a bridge between worlds. The magic of the cape had given him wings, but it was the bonds of friendship and the courage of his heart that had truly allowed him to soar. With a smile, Adrian turned away from the balcony, ready to embrace the future with hope and determination. The adventures of the Enchanted Cape had only just begun, and he knew that, with his friends by his side, the skies would always be a place of wonder and magic.